Well, dear one, you've only to look at the outcome of things. Take the world leaders. They live in fear of assassination because so many people hate them. I mean, that's simplistically the reason. Like they can't sleep in the same place 2 nights running, you know. It mustn't be known where they are. They hide underground in the deepest of bunkers in the hope that, I don't know, supersonic missiles won't get them there. What sort of life is that? Isn't that just terrible? Is that the reward of grabbing all this power? Power to be frightened to death of what might happen to you at any moment from anyone. And who can you trust? Because one of them you shouldn't have done. And they get you. Whether it's a nation or whether it's an individual. A friend or officially a foe. Is that what you want? No. So I thought, well, I'll look at the people who have abdicated from power. I suppose being English, I thought immediately of, was it Edward the something or other that abdicated and married Mrs. Simpson? And younger son of the present King of England, who I think he lives in America, does he, with, is it Meghan, his wife? Oh yes, his name's Harry, isn't it? I see a photo of him, he's just casual, open neck shirt, comfortable sort of jacket on, hand in his pocket, friendly. Bless him. Just that. Bless him. His, I don't know, great-grandfather or whatever it was, who abdicated, I mean, sought refuge in a sense with the Nazis. Hoped that somehow things could turn out. France gave them refuge. Bless him. He lived to, I don't know, was it 1970s? Stayed faithful to his wife. As far as I know. Good on him. In both cases, neither of them seemed to be a target. Neither of them seemed to be the target of people that hate them and envy them and have terrible grudges against them. Bless them. It's said, and we are in the world but not of it. They are not of the world, says Jesus in John 17. Even as I am not of the world. Well, of course, these ex-royals, so to speak, exited royals, I suppose I should say, they put values, their values first. Gosh, that's a step in the right direction, isn't it? I mean, wow. They're the great love stories, really. Love of life. Love of an idealized normalcy that would otherwise have been beyond their reach. They just gave it all up. Wow. Wow. What a step in the right direction, I feel. I suppose, reflecting in my tiny way, I've done something reminiscent of such. You know, Dad was well off. I knew I was losing inheritance by following Mum. But I loved Mum, that's all there was to it. How could I do anything but stick with Mum? Could have played a more masterful game and kept in the sphere of influence of both parents, but I didn't. That's the way it was. And similarly, I never gave up a wife. I resigned myself to the inevitable, but that they had given me up, but not me then, no way. Just couldn't do that. Thank God. And thank God that God rescued me by them leaving me, else I might well have left them. You know, I might have just realized the futility of supposedly living close to someone that doesn't love you. That's awful, isn't it? Well, by the grace of God, they left me. But the experience of the relationship with each was an incredible blessing. By the grace and the goodness of God. I gave up promising, in worldly terms, career, in that I was, professionally qualified, lecturing, economist, philosopher really, master of words. I still am a master of words, but it's for a quite different sort of reason. It's the love of God. I've been, I don't suppose 100%, but sort of faithful to principle. I think I got that from Dad, you know. Severe though in some ways I saw him as. That would have been his dad, you know. Earnest by name, earnest by nature. Retired when he married my grandmother. At 34 years of age, he was. Married the boss's daughter. Lived an incredibly peaceful life. growing flowers, sitting on the council as an alderman, a permanent councillor, as far as I know. Well off, of course, because of his wife's wealth. Occupation, gentleman. From being a builder's clerk, married the boss's daughter. Bless him. I tried going into the ministry more times than I can count. The world's ministry didn't want me, you know. By ministry I mean church ministry of some sort, you know. Yeah. I was far too much a thinker to be acceptable to a church. Well, don't get me wrong, I was extremely acceptable to some people. Great blessing to me. Great encouragement. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. We're not here in this life to stay here forever, to find a heaven on earth. That would be just awful, to have missed eternity for a heaven on earth. That's not the way to go. We come, we see good and evil, and we choose the good. Life eternal. By the grace and the love of God. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Oh goodness, yes. So I'm listening to this recording. I got to about 7 minutes, somewhere around there. And it hit me, you gave up the church as well, Marshall. Yeah, I gave up what I'd taken up. I'd taken up earnest religion, if you like. Christianity has played out in the 20th century. It wasn't right there. There was no way I could be part of that. We were at a Baptist college that was liberal. Well, I wasn't liberal at the time. I was, you would have said, fundamentalist. Well, I hesitate to say that because I probably wasn't really. I don't know. Superficially, anyway, I was. But I couldn't. My wife and I, we couldn't stay in a liberal environment then. It was so alien to us. Unfaithful, in fact. We just left. Chaos it was. Absolute chaos. One of the hardest times of my life, but I've had a few. Ah, goodness, yes. I've had a few. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. I wouldn't be without any of them. I simply entrust that you had it right. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad.